Hey guys, I want to take a break out to tell you all about a little business close to me called Action Automotive, located at 128 April Drive in St. Robert, which is local to me and right near Fort Leonard Wood. Okay, for all your car needs, especially with those military folks, but even the ones around St. Robert, you need a good car. You need some work on it. These are your folks to go to. They do everything from oil changes to engine and transmission swaps. Okay, get the oil change, get whatever you need done. They're your people to go to. Evan and Caitlin York are the owners. They're actually from my town. They started this business. They're two people out there just making it. So their hours are Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Be sure to check them out. Hey guys, I'm here to tell you about another local business. It's near and dear to my heart, actually. Lakes Homestead Goods. It's my wife's business, actually. She's out there making everything from, you know, mostly bread, but she's also getting into, butter and freshly made soap. When you guys are looking at buying products, all this stuff on the market now, it has a lot of 20,000 ingredients in it, stuff that might be bad for you. All her stuff is pretty natural, has about 5 ingredients to what it's made for. It's real healthy and good for you, and it tastes amazing. Her banana bread, the cinnamon raisin bread with her cinnamon or the cinnamon butter, much like Texas Roadhouse. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. Her orders go through Lakes Homestead Goods on the Facebook page, or you can contact her at 417-365-4993. Get yourself an order and have a nice, tasty loaf of bread for all your meals, as well as any other type of, if you want detergents, homemade butter, stuff like that. She's getting more recipes as it goes. Check out the Facebook page. You'll see what all she's offering. It's great and it's fairly priced. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Benny and the Guest. Today I decided to go solo today, so all you're going to get is Benny. I decided I just wanted to I've been out without a guest for about a week. I got one coming up, but I wanted to just talk about life, how it's going for me, because I think we all have similar struggles, but I wanted to bring up a topic of stress today. It's kind of a hot button, not a hot button word, but a hot topic for everybody because it seems like with how the world's working and how everything's going between, society and money and politics, the stress just keeps building. It don't seem like there's much of a break anymore. Um, and that's on a macro scale. So I just want to talk about some of my stressors and how I deal with them, and I always wonder how other people deal with them. My first one here is education. Right now, I'm trying to finish up my damn college degree. I got about 8 months left till I finish my bachelor's, but right now I got two. I'm just taking one class right now, but this last year, I was taking two classes every 8 weeks for a year straight, and that is exhausting. I don't really understand how people, you hear stories of people going to night school while they were working or going back and getting your degree at 30. I'm happy I'm doing it, but it's tiring that when you already have all your commitments in life at this point, with between your family and work, um, throwing that schoolwork on top of it is a hefty burden. I I kick myself in the ass. As most of you know, I flunked out of college when I was 19, and it's always carried a heavy toll on me because I was always like, I want to finish this damn degree. I want to be, so it wasn't even about like work wise anymore. It's that nobody in my family, in my immediate family, or my grandparents or my great grandparents or any of that, they none of them have degrees. So it's something. It's been a pride thing of mine of I am gonna get this damn thing done and hopefully be the first one. Right now, my sister's working on it too. I think she's close, but I really have that goal. But when you're now I'm 30, and you're just like, well, what the fuck? I've already had, almost 10 years of army experience, and then I had 8 years of army experience, and then 3 years in the workforce. More if you count my child, like being a teenager. Why am I getting a degree at this point? I think that's what everybody has to ask at this level. You're like, why is it even worth it? What am I gonna do with a degree at 31? But then I come home and I see my kids, and they already seem smarter than me. Like you can tell, kids are just, you can see that smartness in them, and some of mine I can already see they're gonna be geniuses, and that's all the motivation I need at this point, is to show them that it don't matter what the hell happens in life. You can get that damn degree. You will find a damn way. My wife, she worked for the past 4 years raising 4 kids while I was gone for almost half that time, raising them, birthing them, doing whatever, figuring out the bills to make it work, moved 3 times, all while going to college, and just graduated with her bachelor's. It is inexcusable at this point for people now to get a degree. Like, it sucks, and it's okay if you fail, but there is definitely, where there's a will, there's a way, and if you want it, you will get it. And I wish I had that. That's my only regret. That stressor in the back of my head that says, why the fuck didn't you have this work ethic back then? But then I guess the biggest takeaway I'm trying to come from is, or my backlash to that is, well, I have a hell of a lot more work ethic now, so that's why I'm getting it. But I just wonder, if anybody else goes through that shit, because it's hefty. My next one I wanted to go over, it's the workforce, which we all love, and it's near and dear to our hearts. I had to get a little sip there. No, the workforce though. As I I'm gonna try to limit the army talk, but it is my job. But I'm more talking in generalities here, I guess, of when you have people at work that you don't necessarily click with or get along with, but you gotta deal with it. You kind of gotta suck it up. I think people in middle management probably know this. I think, yeah, maybe everybody, all walks of life, whether you're a construction worker or a school teacher or a HVAC worker, like wherever, I'm sure you encounter this. But there's those people you're like, how the fuck did they get in that position? Or how are they still working here? What I've learned this past year is that sometimes that it's the way the world works. Is it perfect? No, especially with big organizations. But the best you can do is the best you can do. So you really gotta like just accept that. Like, what's the fucking uh, Lord help me, Lord give me the strength to accept the things I can't change and change the things I can, or whatever it is. Those things at work that, like, you cannot control or you try to influence, and it ain't, nobody gives a shit or whatever. Well, at least you put forth your best effort. At the end of the day, that's all you can say is your ethic is, did I do what I could today? Yes. All right. Well, you know what? It was a good day then. I tried my fucking best. I'll try again my best tomorrow and keep doing that. Uh, but I'm gonna keep cycling through this. But then you go every day, and I work pretty long hours. I know a lot of my friends work long, long hours, putting up with bullshit, and you're exhausted, and you don't have time for this shit to go in and have to put up with cockamamie bullshit when you're just trying to get shit done. But I think while that person may not see it. I think everyone around you can see if you come in every day and at least trying your hardest most days, that that speaks volumes to you. And you got to understand some days maybe it's not going to be your 100%. Maybe you're only going to be at 70% that day, but at least give that 70% if you can. Don't come in and, well, I ain't going to try for shit today. Just do what you can, and it speaks for itself. Um, Another one I got is family. This is a hard one because I think family is probably the most important aspect of my life right now, and most people, that is what you live for, and what you work for, what you do everything for is your family. And I'm not talking your whole entire family. In my case, it's my wife and children. You know, I have four children, all under. I got a 5-year old, a 4-year old, a 2-year old, and a 1-year old, or a 3-year old and a 1-year old. Um, and I have an amazing wife. And every action, I told somebody this. Once you get married, all your actions are based on us, not you. And then once you have kids, it's we, not you. And everything I do now, almost every action I take, I think of those kids and my wife, of how will this affect them. And that gets, I'm not saying old, I'm saying it's hard, man. When you're going, in my case, you're looking at where I'm going to move next, or how long do I want to stay in this job, or what job could I get where I can be home more, or how can I progress still and have a healthy career and still have time for my children or my wife. And I'm sure there's all others of you with civilian jobs. It's like that. It's balance of family life and work is so exhausting, to the point of how I'm not. You doubt yourself. I guess that's it. You doubt yourself so much. You're like, what am I? I'm not even making an impression on them at this point, especially if you're not home a lot. If you're not home a lot, it just seems like, well, they don't even notice any of this. Um, Even though our spouses tell us yes they do and stuff, but in your head you don't see it at all. You're just like that. They there's no way they're possibly going to care about me the way they care about my wife, who's always there. Um, yeah, I I pray I find solace in the fact in a few years that I worked hard enough to support my family. But right now it's very hard to understand the way work works. To go to work and be upset with yourself when you come home that work was rough, and then you come home and you're like, well, I'm not doing good enough here. That's the main thing I'm talking about. Stress. You are overwhelmed with, I'm not good enough. And that's where you have to find that person in your life, which for me it's my wife, of I I actually am good enough. She's telling me you are trying your Jesus. So, anyway, um I think you find solace in your wife or your spouse or whatever. They are going to explain to you you are actually trying, and we see it here. You may not, but we do. And I try to tell, my wife, hey, maybe you are having a rough day with the kids, or you don't see that they love you, but when I walk through that door, that's the first thing I see is their love and affection for you. Not over me, just every interaction with them is love, love, and it's so awesome to see. So I guess it's reciprocated back and forth, of maybe I don't see it but she does, and vice versa. And I'm sure it's the same for a lot of people out there. You hear a lot of dads say they don't feel accomplished at home with their kids as much until they're older. But I'm hoping people start finding a way soon to, in the younger years, see that you are being a good dad or good mom to your kids, and you're trying your damnedest. to give them a life. I think all of our goals is to be have give our families better lives than we had. And that's what we're going for here, and I hope one day all of us really see that we are actually trying that. Cuz if you are actually trying for it, you are going to see it in the future. That's that's my hope. So, finally, I guess to wrap this up with the stress, we I talked about work, home life, and work, home life, and education. Those are my three big stressors right now, and to get through it all, I think my big word I found is love. I wrote that down to remember it right now. Love is I guess it's a vague term cuz you find love. I got love at work, I got love at home, and I have love throughout the community. Not a big community necessarily, but like I'll start there. My community is my small group of friends that I'm very close with. And the people I work with, I guess too. You could throw those in there. While they may not be the closest people to me, they are definitely a support system of, you know, their love is the love of, you know, hey man, I care about you. I hope you're doing well. And while it may not be the traditional love sense, it's a form of love to where you care about somebody and you hope they thrive. And that pushes me to do better always when I talk to my friends or my coworkers. They're always pushing me to excel. Uh, and I guess the other group kind of narrows it just down to two, but my immediate family, you know, my, I guess the two parts of that, my wife, who is just, oh, I just already explained that, she always pushes me to do better and is always never negative about the things I'm doing. She's always giving me the angle to push better and become better. Whereas also my kids, uh, they don't even have to say it. I just see them and I want to do better because I always want my kids to have that example of you need to try and you need to always be working to become better. So that's what I find, and that effort of love is so fucking strong. It can get you through anything. A lot of people think like I read David Goggins' book. I'm starting to read his stuff. He talks about taking souls and feeding off anger and rudeness of other people, and that does work in some situations. But I do find if you look to those levels of love, of people caring about you, of people wanting you to succeed, that feeds a demon in you that's going to keep going and going and going because most people want praise. I mean, that's like basically psychology, but like to see the people that care about you and that you care about watching you succeed, that's the greatest feeling of all. My buddies always joke. My dad used to say, "I'm not mad, Ben. I'm just disappointed." Right? But like, I think a lot of us, we never want to disappoint those who we look up to. We always look to not please, but to make proud. And I think that's what's getting me through all this. I just wanted to talk to you guys about it, so I just wanted to get some stuff off. I'll have another episode out next week. So thank you guys for listening tonight to me rabble on about stress, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Hey guys, if you're looking at getting a new car, I got just the person to go to. You got Jacob Cahill out of Rusty Drewing Toyota. He's located up in Jefferson City, Missouri at 2105 Christie Drive. You can even contact him by his phone number 573-535-5656, extension 542, or you can even email him at jcahill@drewingauto.com. He's a sales consultant there. He offers a fun, low-pressure car buying experience. A lot of us, when we're getting our new cars, it can be daunting running around to those places. Jacob is from my hometown. Outstanding sales service, as well as he's going to get you that car that you need, not just something he's trying to get off the lot. Hit him up. Get yourself a nice new car or used. Hey guys, got another person to tell you about up in Columbia, Missouri. Um, when you ride around in your car, that sun, especially out here in Missouri, it can get to be daunting. That that heat on your seats, whether it's cloth or leather, gets pretty dang hot. So you kind of want someplace that'll get your tinting done, as well as your businesses and stuff. You don't want that sun glaring in while you're trying to work. Okay, and that's where you go to Sun Stoppers. Eric Vierhoff is the owner of that. It's located at 1313 Grand Avenue, Suite B in Columbia, Missouri, and they're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, okay? They do everything: auto, home, and commercial window tinting, even ceramic coating and detailing. They also offer discounts for military, EMS, firefighters, nurses, doctors, and teachers. Very supportive business out there that's going to give you the best tint work for all your, homework, as well as your cars, as well as outstanding detail work. So hit them up and get it done.